pressing issue facing the citizens of Killen today, in your opinion?
Okay,
But wait, remember, this is a whole Killen, not just your district.
the whole
The whole
Killen.
Killen.
I'll take a deep breath on that, because I think I was asked that question today when I was at the exchange. And one of the most important things that I would have to say that's facing Killen is the water. Which I can't say too much about that because I really don't understand the whole thing about water and the Steelhouse Lake and Belton and 38th Street plants and all that. I don't understand it right now, but I know there's people here that knows more about the water than I do. I am researching, trying to get all the information I can so that when my constituents in District 1 ask me about that, I can tell them. I think that is the most pressing issue in the city of Killen. To me, that is. Well, there's a couple more, but they're not as pressing as a water issue. But if anyone wants to ask me some more after this, I will tell them. But I think the water is the most important right now.
When I first heard the question, the most pressing issue, I thought, oh my God, this is a hard question. And then I thought about it for a second. And then I realized, all I had to do was think about all those phone calls I get. And here's what I'm asked. It's usually directed at me personally, so that's how I'm going to present it. Are you ever going to quit tearing up these roads, and are you ever going to finish the ones? I'm like, I never turned one shovel full of dirt. Well, yes, I did. I went to a shovel town, and I turned one shovel full of dirt. But and I had to let people know, I have to be honest with them, the answer is no. Because we're getting ready to tear up Tremere Road, because we're going to put in there what everybody wants. Everybody wants that right-hand, that left-hand turn lane, so that they can get into CVS, and then they can get into Walgreens. And the older I get, the more important to understand CVS and Walgreens are, okay? And yes, we're going, if you've noticed, we're already moving, telephone poles are already moved. It's already been approved. We're also going to relieve congestion. We're also going to fix that little crooked thing on W.S. Young there by the National Guard, the death trap. Yes. And we're also going to do some work on that Lowe's Boulevard, and it's going to connect to help move the road. I want to say Florence Road. Old Florence Road, thank you. So the answer is, we're doing what we can. And I'm not going to put on a white hard hat and go down there and tell TxDOT that you have to complete this project by next week because I'm getting blamed, okay? But that's probably what the most pressing question that I'm asked these days is, are the road projects ever going to get complete? And the answer is no. Okay, because as we grow as a community, we're going to have to grow that infrastructure. And what else we're going to have to do, and there's some hard decisions in the future councils we have to make about transportation utility fees. We've heard people talk about the push to the south, and we have a push to the west also. There's renewed interest in District 1. There's a new housing area going in. There's I have to be careful when I say this, there's a shopping facility that's interested in doing some big business in North Killen. But we need to make sure that we have a way to fund and take care of our existing infrastructure. This council ordered a study, and the study's been delivered to the council, and we all kind of refer to it as the road spiderweb. We only have enough money in the general fund each year to take care of a few miles of road. Well, we actually need to take care of 20 or 30 miles of road. Well, yeah, because when I'm talking road, I'm talking about your neighborhood roads. We can't let those roads disintegrate to the point where we'll need to go down to base level again. There's things that we can do with those roads like chip sealing that are a lot less expensive to do but can increase the life expectancy of the road by 10 or 15 years.
Thank you.
I have 4 issues on my platform, per se. The first is that we need to increase our activities and events for our youth. The second is we need to manage a strong economic development and growth for Killen. The last is we've got to get the citizens involved in our government. They need to go to meetings. But the one that I get the most is I'm walking around the neighborhoods, and it doesn't matter if I'm in Turtle Bend, if I'm in Jasper Heights, or if I'm in Pershing Park. It's the same thing comes out from the people as our crime rate. Whether you want to believe it's better or worse than Waco or the surrounding communities, it's perceived that it is. So my last is, we need to increase our funding for our police, our fire, and our EMS departments. Based upon the fact that if you will stop allowing Killen to be a training point for your police and your fire, we get 3-year commitment, and because our benefits, we pay average policeman salary is about $140 more a year than Temple. But yet they're less than 60,000 people, we're 140,000. We average more call-outs in a day than they do in a 4-day period. We need more policemen on the beat for longer times. If you put police officers into neighborhoods, they get to know the neighbors, they get to know who's supposed to be in that neighborhood, who's not supposed to be at 2 o'clock in the morning. We've got to do something to look at how do we do the other parts of the platform, but we've got to really work on how we, it's the opinion of the people I talk to in District 3 that, and I'm speaking only for that, and I realize it's all over the city, but the consensus is we've got to work on reducing crime rate.
Thank you.
The first thing that most of the people in District 4 will develop in district is always going to be transportation. Transportation and traffic, the roads, because the population is growing. We have overcrowded elementary schools. We have 60,000 people live in District 4. So when 9 o'clock comes, Clear Creek all the way around the stand Shlula build up. Most of those people in District 4 coming out. So it's you always got to support the transportation. Transportation and a lot of those roads are owned by the state. The city don't have any control over those roads. They can work with the city manager, can work with those roads and everything and negotiate, but the city manager don't have the authority to make the state do anything. Like Mr. Clark said, you have to work with them. Some of those are state roads and a couple of them are county roads. The ones in the neighborhood, the city have control of, but some of them they don't have control of. The next thing is, like Mr. Kirkpatrick said, since we are the biggest population, and I've been living in the same house for 21 years, with people come crime, come loud children, come late nights, come grass going on the front yard, and all that kind of stuff. And I agree with Mr. Kirkpatrick. We have to come up with a way to maintain our police officer and firemen to put them in the neighborhood. And if we put you through school, you stay with the city of Killen for a certain amount of time so you can get involved in that school, in that neighborhood, that district, and don't leave our city and go somewhere else. If I put you through school, you're gonna stay here 5 years. I'm gonna get my money worth out of you. That is one of the things, and it's not all crime. Everybody's not scared of the police, but when I see a police, I know who to go to. Earlier, the moderator asked about what were some of the things that attract people and why reason some of the people go to other towns. I do a lot of volunteer service all over Killen and Hawker Heights because I deal with the school district. Between 9 to 2, our senior citizens, that's when they do their shopping, that's when they go pay their bills, That's when they go talk to their friends, go play chess and cards and all that kind of stuff. You have to make them feel secure. You have to make them feel safe. At night, I want to be safe with my wife. In the daytime, our senior population needs to be safe. So you always have to look at, as you grow and as the community grow, you have to take care of the police department so I can be safe.
Okay, your last question is more of a scenario. It's not a question too, but it's a scenario. And it can be in